Hello, hi, and welcome again to the Terminal Podcast, where in the end, it's all about the numbers. We are broadcasting high above the Civic Center station in downtown Atlanta, and tonight is the Friday night press box edition. And although it's technically Saturday morning, here are some game notes and unprinted content from my time in Marietta reporting on Cambridge at Pope High School. You can read the full game story in the Cobb Football Friday section of the Marietta Daily Journal. That's mdjonline.com. The best high school football coverage in Cobb County and across the metro Atlanta area. Once again, visit Cobb Football Friday at mdjonline.com. But of course, you already knew that. What you didn't know is this is the first time in over 15 years with the in the metro Atlanta area and probably a good 20 years covering high school football. This is the first time that I've been involved in a game that was canceled due to lightning. I've covered tons of games in rainstorms and been drenched in ponchos and wearing polos because it was likely hot out to start the game. But uh lightning strikes throughout most of the second quarter were enough to put the game on freeze at halftime. Both students from Cambridge and Pope and all parents were sent into according gyms, and they never were asked to return. Um, while waiting up in the press box, the PA system, and let me take this time to shout out both the parking assistants or the guys that let me in, and the gentleman in the press box who made things very entertaining after lightning cleared the field. The initial song that played over the PA system was Blame It on the Rain by Milli Vanilli. And it only went from there. Adele with her song CCR or Clarence Clearwater Revival. Can You Stand the Rain? OJ Jones with Walking in the Rain. Believe that is can't remember. I want to say it's Prince or Morris Day who originally wrote that song, but then didn't perform it and gave it to OJ Jones. Don't know exactly. I was able to get Nothing But the Water by Grace Potters and the Nocturnal played. It's Raining Men. There was a call for Led Zeppelin and Black Rain, but that didn't happen. In fact, Janet Jackson made an appearance with her Come Back to Me, a very deep cut from Rhythm Nation as the rain subsided and trying to serve as enticement to get whoever remained in the school gym to return to the wet stands. But fortunately for them, another lightning strike kind of put that all an ending, and there were more storms as Sprayberry and other schools football games were canceled from that Friday night. So just the little bit of game that I was able to watch, Hope is bigger than one would expect, and were able once they kind of got settled. And by got settled, I mean took the aftershock from getting hit from the first couple of plays and being down 14-0 before you could blink an eye. They have a good offensive line, and where I mess up the boy's name. JT Way is a strong running back. He finishes runs strong and barrels his entire body into tacklers instead of just going down straight. So Pope has the look of once they get things settled and established that they could be a quality run football team and then work their passing game off of that. The passing game, interestingly enough, it started with I'm gonna mess up people's names, but instead I'll let their coach say it. And when I asked him about the reason for his quarterback change from to Cole Witt, who took over at quarterback later on.
Well, he took a shot, and similar last year, both are seniors. Kind of Hudson was the starter tonight, obviously, and then he had to come out, and then Cole went in and did fine too.
Cole went 2 for 3 with good yardage. Trying to look up his stats. while I'm sitting here. Uh, Hudson went 2 for 4 for 36 yards. Cole Witt went 2 for 3 for 34 yards right at the end of the second quarter after the line. I'm sorry, did I say DeWitt? The line had come out, and that's what set up the 39-yard field goal by Brock Stanfest, which was the lone score for Pope in that second quarter. Cambridge really hit on big plays. Uh, to start the game with a long kickoff return and then a long touchdown and then another long touchdown, a 73-yard pass from Weston Taylor to, I'm not going to mess up that boy's name, but it was a 73-yarder, and then the 97-yarder return from Tyler Black, Blalock, took 197 yards on the kickoff return. And that was really the backbreaker because that's what sent all of the students from the student section into the into a rain-soaked gym without knowledge of whether the game was continue or not, but knowing that their team was going to be down 34-10 if they did come back out. Uh, that it's little things like that that kind of put games, into their place, whether the players know it or not. And Pope had life. Pope showed that they were able to control the ball on the ground. And when uh, Colwitt came in, I'm probably saying his name wrong or pronouncing it Witte. So I'm assuming the ITT is making it into a Witty, or either way, he looked good at quarterback. Pope's offense looked good when it was able to control the clock and control the ball and push that thing forward. So here's hopefully that they'll be able to clean things up and look better going forward. That's all I got pretty much. Can find something else, another quote from Coach Jones, Tyler Jones, who Cambridge has coached and was fortunate enough to win his first game as head coach for the Bears. Uh, the biggest thing was the rain, and that it wasn't necessarily rain like you're looking at a rain-soaked window right now, and that's kind of what it was. It was a little bit of rain, but enough that it canceled the game. Once again, the first time that's ever happened to me. Uh, this isn't the first time I'm doing this podcast, or won't be the first time I'm doing this podcast, but that's it for now. That's the last call from the press box about Cambridge's 34-10 win over Pope right here on Friday night. Once again, you can read the full game story in the Cobb Football Friday section of the Marietta Daily Journal. That's mdjonline.com. I'd like to thank you for stopping by the terminal and listening to these game notes. Safe travels as you continue down the highway.